Welcome dear students. In this video lecture, we are going to learn how to develop a cut pyramid by using the radial line method. Yes, this is the problem. A hexagonal pyramid of side 30 mm and height 60 mm rests with its base on HP and two sides of the base are perpendicular to VP. It is cut by a plane perpendicular to VP and inclined at 35 degree to HP bisecting the axis. Develop the lateral surfaces of the truncated pyramid. This is what the question. Like in the previous problems, here we needed to perform three stages. First, we needed to draw the projections of the solid, that is the base view and the lateral view of the solid. After that, by using the cutting plane given, we needed to cut the solid and then we needed to develop the lateral surfaces of the truncated solid. So this is what our task. First, we needed to draw the front and top views of the solid. Let me to draw the XY line. Yes. In this problem, the solid is resting on the horizontal plane by its base. So the base view, the hexagon can be visible to only through the top view. So we needed to start the answer from the top view. In that, first we need to draw a hexagonal base. And the meantime, we have to maintain two of the base edges of our hex. And when we are drawing the hexagonal base of the solid, we have to maintain two of the base edges being perpendicular to the xy line. This is what the condition given in the problem. Yes. It is a pyramid. So we need to mark the apex point by connecting the opposite corner in this hexagonal surface. Before sectioning this solid, uh, we don't know what are all the retained portion along the total surface. So first I needed to draw everything with the 2H pencil. After sectioning, we can differentiate the visible portion, retained portion and removed portion by darkness variation. Now let's project each and every corner towards the front view area. And this is A dash B dash, it's C dash F dash, and it is D dash and E dash. And let's consider the axis height of the solid, it is 60 mm. The base side is 30 mm. It is O dash. Now I just completed the lateral view of the solid. Now with the given cutting plane I can cut the solid. The cutting plane given in the problem is perpendicular to VP and inclined at 35 degree to HP, and the cutting plane meeting the axis at the midpoint. It's given us the cutting plane bisecting the axis, so we need to cut the axis at the midpoint with the given cutting plane. The axis height of the solid is 60 mm, so the midpoint is nothing but at the range of 30 mm. So in this range we need to cut the solid with the given cutting plane, and the cutting plane is 35 degree inclined to HP. And with proper line format for the cutting plane I just cut the solid. After sectioning the solid, first I have to identify the cut points as usual, starting from the left extreme point of the cutting plane. Here the first intersection is there. It is O dash, A dash and O dash, B dash. Two edges are passing in this path. So in this part I have to avoid two cut points. They are P dash and Q dash. Any one among that we can give bracket and continue the travel along with the cutting plane. Again we are facing on intersection. Just examine what are all the edges passing over this path. They are O dash, F dash and O dash, C dash. Totally two lateral edges are passing. So I need to avoid two cut points. They are R dash, S dash. And again continue travel with the cutting plane. Here one more intersection is there. It is O dash, D dash and O dash, E dash. Two edges are passing. So in this part I have to avoid two cut points. Say they are T dash and U dash. Totally in this problem we are getting 6 cut points by sectioning the solid with the given cutting plane. And then it's better to note down the address of each and every cut point here. The cut point P, Q, R, S, T, U are the cut points got from this problem, and the cut point P is in the slant edge OA, and the cut point Q is in the slant edge OB, and the cut point R is in OA or OC, and S in OF, and T in OD, and finally U in OE. Just have the load, and then here we can decide which portion is the removed portion and which is the retained portion. The portion just below the cutting plane, this portion can be considered as the retained portion, and the edges in the retained portion can be darkened by means of the HB pencil. Let me to do that. Now we just completed the front view, and then we have to project each and every cut points towards the top view. If I try to mark the cut points R and S from front view to top view, it's not possible by simply projecting them, because the edges O dash, F dash, O dash, C dash and OF, OC are perpendicular to the XY line both in front and top views. So here we needed to follow an additional method to mark them in the top view. Simply project these two edges, that is the two cut points, that is the cut points R and S, towards the extreme slant edge in the front view, and then project them towards the top view area and drop them in the same extreme slant edge, say in OE. So here I just draw a horizontal line from RS in towards OE, and in the same OE in the top view I drop the points, and here I got the new points. Now take your compass, make O as center and this new point as radius. Draw arcs to cut in OC and OF to mark the cut points OS, OR and OS respectively. This is nothing but the cut point R, and this is S. And we already projected the cut points P and Q. This projector is common for the cut points P and Q. Whenever this projector intersecting with OA, we need to mark the point P. And the intersection of this projector and OB will give you the cut point Q. In the same way, the cut points T and U can be marked in the slant edges OD and OE. In the OD, I need to mark the cut point T, and in the OE, I need to mark the cut point U. After marking the cut points, first we need to connect all the cut points with straight lines. Using the HB pencil. Now, as I discussed in the last problem, we need not to hatch the area bound by connecting the cut points in the case of development of surfaces problem. And then we need to highlight the retained portion of the edges. Now we completed the sectional top view and the front view. Next duty is to draw the development of this truncated pyramid. In the case of the pyramids, we need to follow the radial line method. So by this method, first we need to identify the true slant length of the solid. In this problem, you can note one thing. The slant edges OA, OB, OC, OD, OE and OF are not parallel to the XY line in the top view. So in the front view, all these 6 slant edges are showing only the false length. They are not showing their true length. In this type of situations, in order to know the true length of the slant edge, we need to do additional work. That is, virtually we are making one slant edge parallel to the XY line in the top view. See here, this is what I am doing now. I just drawn a horizontal from the apex point of the top view, which is parallel to the XY line. After that, using my compass with O as center and the any one of the base corner as radius. Say here I am using E. We have to draw an arc towards this new horizontal line. Here I just have a cut point. I just got a cut point. From this point, I need to draw a vertical line towards the XY line, which is perpendicular to the XY. This line will intersect with the XY at a point. This point should be noted. And from this point, I need to draw a line, straight line, which is towards the apex point of the solid. In order to differentiate with others, I am using a different color here, but in your paper you are going to follow a single color only. Now a blue color line is drawn here. This blue color line is in the length of the true slant edge length of the solid, because this line is drawn as a virtual front view of a virtual line, virtual slant edge, which is in the top view. In this top view, this slant edge is parallel to the XY line, and I just drawn its front view. So this front view is showing the original length of the slant edge. We need to just measure this length. We need to measure this length. Definitely this should be greater than 60 mm. For this instance, I am just taking it as 68 mm roughly. But in your paper, when you draw this with the true scale and with the true dimensions, some value may be varied. Roughly, I am measuring it as 68 mm. This 68 mm is nothing but the true slant edge length of this hexagonal pyramid. And after that, with this 68 mm in the compass as radius, I need to draw a free arc. Here I am drawing this. This is not a perfect arc, but in this instant I am drawing it in rough manner. And then from the extreme end of the arc, take your compass with radius equal to the base side length of the solid, that is 30 mm in the compass. From this end, cut points. Totally 6 base edges are there in this hexagonal pyramid. So I need to cut 6 points. After that, connect these points with straight lines. And then the slant edges also should be drawn. Everything now I am doing with 2H pencil only, because we needed to mark the cut points in the respective slant edges. Thereafter only we can find out what are all the visible portions, retained portions and removed portions. Until that I have to maintain everything with 2H pencil in the mild sketch. And here you needed to note one thing: this length is equal to the base edge length of the solid, that is 30 mm, and that length is nothing but the length of the true slant edge. In this problem it is actually 68 mm, but in your work this may vary. And then we have to mark the points starting from A, B, C, D, E, F, and it should be end with A, and this is your apex point O. Now the cut points P, Q, R, S, T, U should be marked in their respective slant edge. Before marking them, we need to measure the location of each and every cut point in their respective slant edge. This can be found out by projecting each and every cut points towards the true slant edge length, because when you measure the distance of the point P in OA from O, this should not give you a right result, because the length O dash A dash shown in the front view is wrong. So in order to locate the cut point in the right position, we need to project it towards the true slant length line. In this way, all the cut points should be projected to the true slant length line. And here I need to mark them roughly. This is nothing but the point P comma Q, and here it is R comma S, and there it is T comma U. In this way I have to mark the cut points in the true slant length line. Okay, and then I have to measure the distance of each and every cut point from O. For example, if I want to mark the cut point P in its slant edge OA, I have to measure the distance of the point P from O in the true slant length line, and then I have to mark it in the development area. Here I have to mark the point P. here and there. It is in the two places, and here and there I have to mark the point P. In the same way, I have to mark the point Q. So I have to measure the distance from O dash to Q in the true slant length line, and then I should mark it in OB. It's Q. And then measure the distance between O dash and R in the true slant length line, and in the edge OC, because the cut point R's location is OC. In OC, I have to mark the point R in the right place. This is point R. In the same way, the point S can be marked in the OF. And the cut point T and U distances can be measured from O dash to TU in the true slant length line, and then mark them in OD and OE respectively. In the OD, point T, in OE, point U. After marking this, first we need to connect all the cut points with the straight lines using the HB pencil. Now, after connecting the cut points with the HB pencil, we can decide that the portion just above the lines obtained by connecting the cut points is the removed portion, and below this is nothing but the retained portion. So I have to darken the edges in the retained portion using the HB pencil. Again, the base edges also need to be darkened because they are also the live edges. Now the work is over. This is nothing but the development of the lateral portion of the truncated hexagonal pyramid what's given in the problem. Try this work with proper tools in your paper. Thank you.